So today's a Friday, it's the 15th of October, and it really is a case of another week, another new experience for me. I'm presently at a small village named Yanoon, and me and two other Project Hope volunteers have been sent here to an international house to stay for 24 hours. We're working with a Christian organisation called EAPPI, and their role here is to provide a constant international presence to guard against attacks from local Jewish settlers who have moved in and taken land from the locals. There have been attacks before, and there are regular instances of intimidation. The house we're staying in is full of photographic documentation of encroachment by the settlers into the village. Usually they're armed, in fact always they're armed with guns, and they're free to travel wherever they want with impunity. So one shift of volunteers was leaving, EAPPI volunteers, and a new shift is coming in tomorrow, so we're here really as a stopgap. I was talking to one of the outgoing volunteers just before they left yesterday, and they were telling us of an instance whereby some of the locals went up to harvest their olives a couple of days ago, only to find that their olive harvest had been taken. Their olive plantation, the one that they were going to, was very close to the Jewish settlement. Yanoon is surrounded by hills, and on each hill I can see from where I'm sitting at least one guard post. I think there are about four outposts around the town, and they really are quite imposing. They sit up on top of the hills and look down on the town. Just looking yesterday, the army presence here is pretty strong. We saw Humvees going backwards and forwards to the various different outposts, but I think the outposts themselves are actually manned by the Jewish settlers, the Zionists. I'm just going to pick the camera up and see if I can show you one now. Please excuse the camera work, it's not going to be great. Yeah, so if you look on top of the hill there, you can just see a very small square structure, and that is actually a watchtower. It's hard not to feel a little bit pretentious doing this. We have to wear these jackets. My friend Jonas joked yesterday that the amount of pockets you have is directly proportionate to the level of your importance. And as you can see, I'm absolutely covered in pockets, which makes me pretty special. Just with regards to sort of the rest of my work, the Project Hope stuff, everything's going pretty well. I've given quite a few classes now. I'm getting to grips with the setup. The only problem we have is that most of the schools I teach in and most of the other volunteers teach in Nablus are UN schools, and the UNRWA teachers are all going out on strike. In fact, they went out on strike yesterday, I believe, over a pay dispute, and so it's looking like we're going to have no schools to teach in next week. So yes, there could be a lot of olive picking involved. We went out with one family olive picking last week. It's quite interesting talking to them. Again, they know people whose land has just been taken from them by the Israelis, and on one occasion their house was actually just bulldozed by an Israeli bulldozer without reason or explanation. What's going on here is so incredible that I just don't have words to describe, like, the injustice. I mean, it reminds me very much of kind of like the Wild West. You've got these frontiers. There's a frontier over there occupied by Jewish settlers, Zionists, and they're pushing out the indigenous people. Like, it's as simple as that. They're taking their land from them, they're pushing them out. It's nothing short of criminal. I really can't express how utterly incredulous I feel about it. I just can't believe things like this go on. Again, it's beyond my comprehension. It really is. How people can just do nothing, how the international community knows nothing about this. I mean, where is the information? And this is still going on. It's going on as we speak. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be any coverage of it in the news. Yeah, sorry for the rant, but I really am disgusted. I think on that note, there's little more to add. I shall bid you farewell. Bye for now. Okay, so this is International House. This is where we're staying. Some of us were rather disappointed at the fact we had to leave our AK-47s at the door. There's no weapons allowed inside. To this side, we have an ambulance. Should anything go drastically wrong, although we don't anticipate any need for it. Here we have Marjolein and Jonas. Cheeky wink. And we are responsible for the safety of this entire area. That may have been an overstatement.